This video is going to contain, I guess, two main segments. It's going to be containing something about Pineapple or Seidou, Takizawa, and it's also going to be focusing on Kaneki and Sasaki. There's something else I noticed at the end of the chapter that has a lot of importance that I missed in my review that I do want to mention. I just realized it as I was rereading the chapter again after I found out about the information of Seidou, Pineapple. After I found out about the information of what the chapter really meant with his dialogue, mine exploded. It fucking exploded. So I'm just going to take a moment to say, the Pineapple, Seidou, Takizawa thing I'm about to talk about, I don't take credit at all for that. It was actually thanks to people on Tumblr and 2chan that was able to pinpoint this and decode the writing and certain dialogue bubbles that happened in the latest chapter of Tokyo Ghoul for us to understand what really was going on, because it was untranslated on the site we always normally read Tokyo Ghoul, so there had to be an extra translator to translate that bubble that no one translated, so of course none of us would have noticed to begin with, since we can't read Japanese unless you can read Japanese, scribbled Japanese. So, I have a couple pictures I want to show you. So, we come to find out at the beginning of the chapter, if you look at the, first page of chapter 31 of Tokyo Ghoul Re, you see this weird scribble-scrabbled type bubble of Seidou. You just see this weird screaming, and it just scribbles all in this blackened bubble. And I remember in my live reaction, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, it was just a bunch of scribbles. Come to find out, that is actually a sentence. That is a sentence, yeah. People on Tumblr and 2chan decoded this. In the picture, from what was decoded, if it is a correct translation, it means that Seidou ate his mother's intestines. And what backs this up is because right after that, he goes on and talks about his mother. He's like, I'm sorry, mother, I couldn't help it, I couldn't do nothing about it. And when you see him start to say tasty, he starts saying tasty also in the chapter. So what this symbolizes is that Pineapple ate his own mother. This goes beyond the level of fucked up. Like, beyond the level of what we imagined. See, we know Seidou, he got tortured for 2 years or more. He got tortured and turned into what he is now, this broken self. And then we come to find out it goes beyond that. This poor dude ate his mother's intestines, and he liked it. He didn't willingly eat them. He was forced to eat them. And that is why in this chapter he was screaming, saying, I couldn't help it. And then he started saying tasty and stuff like that. And it also implies that he ate his father too, because in the saying, he said like, mother, father, I couldn't help it at all. That means he also ate his father. That's, what the fuck, man? That's fucked up, dude. That's even worse than I imagined. Now knowing this, that dude, that's fucked, man. That's fucked, dude. Like, just imagine the psychological trauma in that. Eating your damn parents. Eating your mother's intestines. And then saying you liked it. Oh, God, dude. Now I think I understand what is going on with Seidou's mentality. I saw Chibi mention a couple of chapters back, so I don't take credit for this at all either. I saw Chibi mention, so I wanted to bring it up. It kind of goes along with this point that I'm currently talking about. Chibi mentioned in the comments saying that, what if the reason why Pineapple or Seidou uses food, like brain jam to food, uses different foods, and he does do that a lot when he kills people and eats people, what if he uses different food names to kind of cope with eating people? Think about it. What if he is like putting pineapple or brain jam, like jelly or something to, brains as a coping mechanism to deal with actually eating human beings? See, he's so far gone, he's had to work his own way to figure out how he can cope with what he's fucking doing right now. So, if that is true about the mother, I'm assuming that might also not be too far from the truth either, what the Chibi pointed out a couple chapters back. So, my god, man, it just brings you a new perspective on Seidou after this. Like, he's badass, but my god, the poor character. I really, really hope he can overcome this trial, because I don't want him to die. I don't feel like he deserves to die. He personally, he needs... I don't even know what the fuck to say he needs. Because, man, if you were to eat your own damn parents, and you were forced to, you're tortured and forced to eat your own parents, and most likely even your sister, and then you know in your mind you like the taste of their intestines, oh my god, dude. I don't even know what I could say to that person to try to make them, happy, or even confront them to make them feel better. Oh my god, dude. That's enough of that. That's just too damn sad. It's too damn sad. So let's get into the point I discovered. Now, I don't know what I'm about to mention. I don't know if any other Chibits in the comments, on Tumblr, 2chan, anyone made this theory, but I noticed it after I took a look at the chapter once again, when I was looking, at Seidou's dialogue, when I heard about, what happened. So, at the end of the chapter, we see a word, dialogue, that says, I lied. And some Chibits I noticed in the comments on the review I did yesterday did not understand what that really meant. And after rereading the chapter, I want to kind of break it down a little bit, and also, I have a theory with what is going on in those panels. Now, this is a theory. This doesn't mean it's fact. It's a theory. So it can be disproven. If it can be disproven, please disprove it. But at the moment, it's just a theory. But that's half the fun of reading Tokyo Ghoul. So at the end of the chapter, you see Arima. He pops up, and he's about to kill Hinami. And when you see Arima, he grabs his weapon. And it looked like he was about to attack Sasaki. He was about to attack Sasaki until, Sasaki started talking to him. And he realized it wasn't Kaneki that he was looking at. And as it continued on, you had to where Sasaki, he's like, since I've cornered her and defeated this girl, I should have possession over her. I want to just throw out the, puns and the funny jokes to that scene. Let's just, let's talk about the real meaning of that. He said that about Hinami. And then after that, you see how Arima, he looks at Sasaki, he gives him a look, and then he walks away, and he says, like, okay, so medical team, go heal rank 1 Sasaki, go fix him up, he's injured. And then right after that panel, like in the same exact page, you see a little boy off in the distance. And then you see the boy with his right hand, this. And then right above it, to the left, you see, I lied. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so he lied. What are you getting at, Chibi? Think about something real quick. What is a huge characteristic of Kaneki? He constantly put his hand on his chin when he lied. Look at the panel. The little boy, the white-haired little boy, does this. Put his finger or his hand on his chin. Now, let's go in a little bit deeper. This can mean a couple of things. For one thing, this can symbolize that one of the personalities, for instance, Kaneki or Sasaki, depending on which, one of them can actually tell lies without putting their hands on their chin. For instance, Sasaki or Kaneki has been shown to put their hand on their chin when they're lying. We've even seen this in Tokyo Ghoul Re. The thing is, we do know Kaneki has been around. He has been around this entire time. He hasn't been really forgotten. It was just Sasaki trying to repress him. So he wasn't gone. So here's the fear I'm mentioning. Since the little white-haired boy Kaneki, that's Shiro white-haired Kaneki, he put his finger on his chin. And that's symbolizing for a lie. And it looks different, of course. But what this means is that there's a possibility that one of the personalities, Sasaki or Kaneki, can lie without putting their hand on their chin. See, in the panel, Sasaki lies to Arima. He lies to Arima. And then you see I lied right next to it. Ashida would not do something like that without hinting at something. See, in Sasaki's mind, he saw Kaneki putting his finger, and that would represent a lie, or silence. So, what this means is, there's a possibility that Sasaki could lie without putting his hand on his chin. See, as I've stated in my last review, in my review I did yesterday of Tokyo Ghoul, Kaneki is very similar, not a carbon copy, but very similar to Shinobu Shinsui. As Shinobu Shinsui's character, whoa, I was fucking that up. Shinobu Shinsui's characteristics and his personalities, they each had their own represented traits about them, and their own different type of selective memories or different thoughts, the way they can represent themselves. See, one was even female. What this would mean is there's a possibility, since we do know Kaneki has a split personality, that one of the personalities don't have the body movements or instinct to put their hand on their chin to lie. And what backs this up is because we do know Kaneki was around since the beginning of Tokyo Ghoul. He's been there, just being suppressed. And so that would mean in that scene where we see Sasaki in Tokyo Ghoul say, like, I'm very happy, and he puts his hand on his chin, that represents a lie. That's a possibility that could have actually been Kaneki doing that. And here goes into the next point. What this also means, that this might be a way to actually tell which personality is at the time using the body. See, like I said, fractured soul, one body. So it's kind of like soul just splits. Like their soul just fractured and broken. And so that would mean, like, what if Kaneki, the white-haired boy, he used his finger to represent when he lies, and then Sasaki, he puts his hand on his chin when he lies. And that might be a way to tell which personality is in the body or currently lying at the time. We would find out which side of Kaneki is lying. You get what I'm getting at? So that's my point I want to mention. Hopefully you all understand that. I tried to break that down as much as possible to make sure I get that as logical as possible. Hopefully you all understand that. If not, I'll explain it in the comments. So, yeah. If that is where Ishida is taking this, and he's taking it to where that will differ between their two personalities, or one can lie without, the chin, it's going to be scary as fuck. Because that means Kaneki's going to get away with a lot of shit. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.